passed legislation that ends surprise medical billing, and we're going to have another big announcement in 2 weeks, unrelated, but something that's going to have a profound effect on the things that we're talking about and have been talking about over the last 2.5 years. It's going to be something really incredible that'll take place over the next 2 weeks. It'll be a very big announcement. Nobody knows what it is. It's going to be a big surprise, but it's going to be a very pleasant one.
Welcome, fellow digital soldiers, to True Reporting. It is the 17th of June, and on today's podcast, we will be covering memes to catch us up with what's been going on in the news. Also, 2 articles I wanted to go over. One from the U.S. Politico, arrests made in connection to death of Linda Collins Smith. Also, we see here were 2 former GOP senators investigating child trafficking when murdered. My friends, a lot to get to. A lot is going on in the news. 4th of July is right around the corner. That had a lot to do with the intro. I'm hoping it's going to be spectacular. My friends, before we get into this podcast, would you please welcome my new sponsor, Virtual Shield VPN. Hello, fellow digital soldiers. Did you know the best way to secure your computer is by getting a VPN? If you don't know what that is, it helps hide your IP address, and the best one to sign up for is Virtual Shield VPN. Virtual Shield VPN is one of the easiest VPNs to use in the world. This month, Virtual Shield is offering a Father's Day celebration special of 20% off all VPN plans and all premium add-ons, including Protection Plus, residential access, monthly maintenance, phone support, and a VIP performance plan for as low as $3 per month. So sign up for a free 30-day trial to Virtual Shield VPN and see what the hype is all about. You have nothing to lose. This is the best way to support True Reporting. Thank you, and God bless. All right, guys, it's good to have you aboard. Let's go ahead and hop into it. This is True Reporting. So again, from the DC Patriot, we see were 2 former GOP senators investigating child trafficking when murdered. This is from June 10th, so about 5 days ago. Both homicides of the 2 former state senators in Arkansas and Oklahoma appear to be murder-related, all signs show. Former Arkansas State Senator Linda Collins Smith was found shot to death in her home, and the conditions of the body prevented an immediate positive identification, according to authorities on the scene. The body of Linda Collins Smith was wrapped in a blanket, indicating she had been murdered, and she was working against human trafficking in Arkansas, sources say. One report from sources on the ground here in Arkansas say that she was closing in on a CT ring. Collins Smith was found murdered in her home last week in Pocahontas, Arkansas. A source according to CN Media says that Collins Smith was about to go public with her findings in Arkansas on a CT ring. According to CN Media, a source close to Collins Smith claims that she was about to go public with incriminating evidence and information on sitting judges in Arkansas. We've got to clean up this judicial system. Who were involved in taking children from poor women via the Department of Human Services and Child Protective Services in Arkansas and selling them to wealthy individuals. A gag order has been put in place regarding her murder, and records sealed by an Arkansas judge also. According to prosecuting attorney Henry H. Boyce, in a press release last Wednesday, 3rd Judicial District Judge Harold Irwin issued an order sealing the documents and statements obtained by the police during the pendency of this investigation. That doesn't sound too shady, does it? Multiple outlets are reporting that the murder of Oklahoma Senator Jonathan Collins could be related and that he also was involved in looking to a CT ring. This is a developing story. So this was from June 10th. We'll move up to June 15th. An arrest has been made in connection to the death of Linda Collins Smith. According to a statement from the Arkansas State Police, Rebecca Lynn O'Donnell has been arrested in connection with the homicide of former Arkansas State Senator Linda Collins Smith. Arrest in Linda Collins Smith homicides. This is the statement as it reads. Special agents of the Arkansas State Police Criminal Investigation Division and deputies of the Randolph County Sheriff's Department, in coordination with the 3rd Judicial District Prosecuting Attorney's Office, have arrested one person in connection with the homicide of former Arkansas State Senator Linda Collins Smith. Rebecca Lynn O'Donnell, 48, of Pocahontas, is currently in custody. Criminal charges are pending. The investigation is presently at a critical juncture, and no further information will be released at this hour until authorities are confident and it will not compromise the integrity of the criminal case. So what I'm thinking is either this lady's a patsy or she's been MK Ultra'd. Let's get into some memes, guys, to catch us up with the news. 4 names at the top of POTUS's list to replace Sarah Sanders. The 4 are Deputy White House Press Secretary Hogan Gidley, Stephanie Grisham, who is the First Lady's Melania Trump's communications director, former State Department spokeswoman Heather Nauert, and outgoing Treasury Department spokesman Tony Saig. The source said on the condition of anonymity. I was hoping for Candace Owens, but I'm sure they'll pick someone worthy. I found this to be hilarious. Trump reportedly keeps showing White House guests where Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky had sex. That is hilarious. As a 27-year-old staff attorney for the House Judiciary Committee during the Watergate investigation, Hillary Rodham Clinton was fired by her supervisor, lifelong Democrat Jerry Zeifman. And we can see her right here. When asked why Hillary Clinton was fired, Zeifman said in an interview, in quote, "Because she is a liar. She is an unethical, dishonest lawyer. She conspired to violate the Constitution, the rules of the House, the rules of the committee, and the rules of confidentiality. She is a thick-ankled, dog-faced loser." A tweet from the president says the radical left Dems are working hard, but the people are much smarter. Working hard. Thank you. 51% approval rating. Up and up it goes. Senator for 36 years, vice president for 8. He still blames America's problems on Trump. What a sad old man. And let's get into some Michael Flynn news. He appears to be going to court for the first time since December. President Trump's former national security advisor Michael Flynn has a court date for the first time since last year. And a Friday afternoon filing, U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan ordered Flynn and his new counsel to appear for a status conference Wednesday afternoon. The filing comes the same day as Flynn's new lawyer and prosecutors jointly requested a sentencing delay. I think his lawyers and prosecutors from before were a trap. Now I believe it's go time. Flynn, 60 years old, fired his previous counsel this month and retained former federal prosecutor Sidney Powell as his new attorney. In Friday's joint request, it is noted that Flynn might testify during the trial of his former business associate, Bion Kien, whose trial for failing to register as a foreign agent is scheduled for mid-July in the Eastern District of Virginia. In quote, the party's purpose, filing another status report within 60 days based on the current trial date in the Eastern District of Virginia in the Killbox case and estimated length of that trial. The government believes 60 days should provide sufficient time for the defendant to complete his cooperation, which was the basis for the defendant's request for the continuance, the filing reads. It says here, defense counsel, in the quotations, defense counsel concerned about the amount of information to review in preparation for the sentencing will be addressed again in 60 days when the defendant's cooperation is likely to be completed. So it is go time, guys. Let's move on to Iran. Iran's situation with the oil tanker smells of an FF and bullshit to drag us into war. I can see why Iran would do it and why the media would jump on it. But why is Trump saying Iran did this? Q has been telling us POTUS has more power in Iran, so why try to publicly drag us into a war with them? We don't want war. Japan isn't blocking Trump on this either. It was their boats that got hit. What are we missing? This doesn't make sense to me. I'm truly perplexed. Let's make sense of it. We know Iran didn't attack the oil tanker. Trump said Iran did it. It is the assessment of the U.S. government that Iran is responsible for today's attacks in the Gulf of Oman. This is from Secretary Mike Pompeo. And again, how much is the U.S. willing to risk for Israel? The Jewish state is adamant about attacking Iran with the U.S. military, and and FF operations will continue. In tandem with the U.S. media, who will blame Iran and make the case for another war, which will undoubtedly set the entire region ablaze. 2 more attacks against oil tankers in the Gulf of Oman today, and blaming Iran for it, who stand to gain nothing from a major war, while Israel would be the only beneficiary. Japanese tanker owner contradicts U.S. officials over explosives used in Gulf of Oman attack. The owner of the Kokuka courageously says something had flown at the ship despite U.S. official claims. Let's go into the alliance postings. This is from May 8th, 2018. Today, evil lost control, leverage of Iran. Today, POTUS took control of Iran. Today, with pending sanctions and military actions, POTUS will gain more ammunition, intel against them. Free Iran, fight, fight, fight. Regime change. People have the power. We stand with you. It's from June 19, 2018. So we're starting to see this come back into playing position, right? The whole Iran talk. Iran is next. Marker, right? So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at almost a year delta here. April 23rd, 2018. Think Saudi Arabia. Order is important. Saudi Arabia, North Korea. North Korea, Armenia. Armenia, Iran. Iran, Israel. Iran is next. Kill box right here. Here we go. That was from March 15th. Then we can see from Ben Garrison, he gets it, I get it, and you should too. Attack, attack, attack. Saudi Arabia, neocons, and Netanyahu. FF right here. We see it. I like Ben Garrison. He knows what's up. He knows what's up. So let's move a little further. Let's make something very clear. 2020 is not up to chance, and neither was 2016. The Trump presidency is not anything like it appears. Trump is the face of a faction within the U.S. military who has taken control from the corrupt politicians. That's what you're witnessing. Reference to one of the most important drops of all time from the 31st of October, drop 14. This early drop tells us that the military intel is helping Trump. Military intel approached Trump and asked him to run. This presidency isn't Trump. It's the U.S. military. Trump is merely the face. I completely agree. So don't hop on any of my mentions and start crying about voter fraud and the possibility of losing 2020. It won't happen. This presidency isn't up to chance. Trump already won 2016 with less support than he has now. Military intel are ensuring Trump's victory in 2020. This is from June 14th, and his base is growing. 51% approval rating, right? And we can talk about VP. Trump declines to give Pence his endorsement for 2024, and Trump holds off on endorsing Mike Pence for 2024, said he would give it time, from the USA Today and from Politico. Now, this is a great Q-proof, guys. Get a load of this. Marines with the 2nd Law Enforcement Battalion at 26 MEU train Marines with the Battalion Landing Team, 2nd Battalion, 8th Marine Regiment, or non-lethal training during realistic urban training. Karate kick. This is tweeted from the U.S. Marines. Karate kick. You can see it right here. He's kicking the hell out of these people wearing the riot gear. Then we can see Enjoy the Show, June 15th. June 15th at 5 o'clock. The Marines tweeted it. At 5:51, Enjoy the Show. We scoot over here. This is the video from May 2nd. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Kickoff, start, offense. Kicking, what is the YouTube video? The Karate Kid. I love autists. I love these anons that can put this stuff together. It makes so much sense. We are witnessing a movie. How cool was that, guys? That's something special right there. Trump says the New York Times committed virtual treason. I found this to be quite interesting for reporting on U.S. cyber attacks in Russia. President Trump, lashed out at the New York Times in a pair of tweets on Saturday, calling a report that the United States was ramping up online attacks on Russia's power grid not true. In the piece, the Times reported that the Pentagon hesitated to brief Trump on operations against Russia. We need some people, if you want to, in the comments below, please tell me if virtual treason is an actual thing. I need to know this. Do you believe that the failing New York Times just did a story stating that the United States is substantially increasing cyber attacks on Russia? This is a virtual act of treason by a once great paper so desperate for a story, any story, even if bad for our country. And we all know who runs these mega mainstream media newspapers. It is the C_A. You understand that, right? Also not true. Anything goes with our corrupt news media today. They will do or say whatever it takes with not even the slightest thought of consequence, with a nice exclamation point right here. I wish you would have made that in all caps. These are true cowards and without a doubt the enemy of the people. And I've been saying that for over 2 years. Patrick Halley tweets out, please follow him on Twitter, NXIVM case is the most disturbing and most important thing I've ever covered. Child trafficking from Mexico, fake IDs for sex slaves, threats to deport girls, satanic rituals, top Democrat politicians, and Mexican elites were part of it. Everything is connected. Closing arguments start Monday, and that is today, guys. Our source, which, my friends, is headed to America, is not the Russian government. JA, the Podesta emails, DNC email archive, a true patriot. Let's move on with some more memes, guys. All right, guys, so speaking of NXIVM, speaking of what goes on with trafficking and satanic ritual abuse, we can see here, why did Tony Podesta's ex-wife, Heather Miller Podesta, wear this to the White House Correspondents' Dinner? What is this? It looks like a devil with, you can see the hooves right here, entrapped in something right over her heart. She's wearing the dark red lipstick. Here's a better image of it. I'll get even closer for you. Look at that. She looks wearing all black. There you go. Check that out. With the hooves, it looks like it's just entrapped in some kind of void. I don't know. Keeping it close to her heart. And speaking of which, we can see here, the Olsen twins looking so cute when they were young. They hadn't gone through the gambit of Hollywood, and we can see here they're my age, guys. I don't even believe they might be 40, and they look emaciated. They look terrible. They have been through the gauntlet times 10. From Cabin Moore, please follow him on Twitter. We can see here, trust that your soul has a plan. Even if you can't see it all, know that everything will unfold as it is meant to. And I totally agree. Trusting the plan. And this is more of the plan, guys. Pain is coming. God bless the United States of America and all the patriots worldwide. We can see here an angel of light striking down the darkness within the flames. We are winning big league, my friends. Stay positive and stay focused. Coming from 4chan, we see, this is from the 10th, about 6 days ago. Some deaths we've heard about in the past 2 weeks, remember there was about 20 of them, are actually people with sensitive information being taken into witness protection while Deep State makes a last-ditch effort to cover their tracks and clean up. So possibly these people are not killed. Maybe this is just something put out there to take them into hiding because they have sensitive information that they were looking into. Remember, the 2 senators from Arkansas and from Oklahoma, they had sensitive information. Maybe they stumbled upon something, right? Why is the alliance dangerous? This is what I refer to when looking at this hashtag. The alliance is a pro-Trump conspiracy theory. Believers claim leading progressive activists like Tony Podesta abuse children. You can help debunk the alliance. Here's how. Type Tony Podesta art into the Google images. Send the images to friends, family, tutors, faculty, staff, and local citizen journalists. Absolutely. You can't get around it. The truth is out there. Their symbolism will be their downfall. So, how are Kristen Gillibrand and Hillary Clinton connected to NXIVM? Again, all of this that I just read, trafficking from Mexico, fake IDs for sex slaves, threats to deport girls, satanic rituals, top Democrat politicians and Mexican elites were part of it. Everything is connected. Everything. If you were making millions from drugs and human trafficking like we have been for years, you would not want a border wall and would not fight as hard as we are. All right, guys, so we can see here Kristen Gillibrand, Senator, Democrat of New York, right here. Allison Mack, actress, gave up her daughter for adoption in 1982. She was born in 1982. Her first name is Kristen Gillibrand. Middle name is Kristen, just spelled differently. Father was the member of the NXIVM sex cult in New York, arrested for trafficking for NXIVM sex cult in New York. Just a coincidence? Absolutely not. So guys, if you remember this picture right here, Dianne Feinstein with Murkowski, the senator from Alaska, she's getting an earful. Feinstein looks like she is the devil. We can go back here. This just came out today and I was looked into this. And where was this picture taken? This looks like it's in like a back corridor somewhere. I don't even know what this is. Sounds like he is listening. Murkowski talking to William Barr. This picture is very interesting, to say the least. Sounds like his head is down and he is listening to her. I believe she could be telling him what Dianne Feinstein told her, maybe the threatening information that was passed along, and maybe she will see justice from William Barr. Very interesting, to say the least, though. Then we see, to round things up, talking about the Olsen twins and talking about NXIVM and trafficking and all sorts of things, we see Will Smith's son, dressed okay here, but doing a lot of weird stuff with Baphomet, we can see here. That's not how you do a peace sign. It's obviously a little different, right? Then we can see here him wearing a dress that may be a little blurry, but I'm going to blow your mind here soon. We can see here Aries is coming, right? He's looking a little frail there. We can see here Ursa Pellis is typically with a skin rash, usually on any of the legs and toes, face, arms, and fingers. It is an infection of the upper dermis and superficial lymphatics, usually caused by beta hemolytic group A on scratches or otherwise infected areas. The term is from the Greek meaning red skin in animals. Erysipelas is a disease caused by infection with the bacterium. Can also affect humans. Gross. So what does this shirt mean? Why is he wearing that? Is he trying to tell us something? Very strange. Moving forward, we see him wearing a dress. This is what they do. They blur the lines. Is he a boy? I do not know. I have no idea. I think that 98% of Hollywood is completely blurring the lines. Who knows if they're women or men? I can't tell anymore, to be honest. We can see here, this is from teenvogue.com. So this is a real authentic picture. Jaden Smith in a dress, wearing dresses. This is what they do. They confuse them. Is he a girl? I do not know. But we can see here more wearing a dress. So my friends, a lot to go over and we got through it. If you found this informative and you enjoyed it, please subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at TRUreporting, and don't forget to leave a like. The more likes that this video receives, the more times it is recommended to other viewers, thus more eyes on the truth. You can donate to this channel and keep it afloat by going to my PayPal or Patreon in the description box below. If a P.O. box works best for you, we have that too. Guys, please take care of one another and love one another, and we'll talk to you very soon. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.